Bazzicato.
Sounds good with me.
Bazzicato.
Yeah, as soon as they come out and they line up,
Yeah.
just click clear.
Okay.
Click.
Yeah. Bazzicato. You are watching.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NSC Star Complex on the campus of Nova Southeastern University for tonight's Sunshine State Conference matchup between the visiting Lynn Fighting Knights and your Nova Southeastern Sharks. Meeting participants for tonight's game. First starting lineup for visitors from Lynn. Defender number 4, Nicholas Tafsky. In midfield, number 6, Lucas Berner. At defender number 7, Martin Drobitz. At forward, number 9, Jack Watson. In the midfield, number 10, Max Herbert. And midfield, number 12, Niels Berner. At defender number 14, Ilias Papadopoulos. In the midfield, number 17, Toler Mitten. At defender number 18, Gustavo Bergman. In the midfield, number 22, Rodrigo Fernandez. And finally, in the net, number 1, Robert Bazzicato. The head coach of the Fighting Knights is John Roots, assisted by Anthony Desperito and Bruno Cardoso. And now the starting lineup for your NSU Sharks. At defender, number 2, Nathaniel Hells. At defender, number 5, Stefan Faistenauer. At defender, number 6, Arns Kernard. At forward, number 8, Alex Bird. In the midfield, number 11, Jan Luca Ahilen. Midfield, number 12, Bradley Fountain. At forward, number 14, Darwin Long. At forward, number 18, Michael Lawrence. At defender, number 23, Curtis Thorne. In midfield, number 27, Ignacio Goya. And finally, in the net, number 13, Brian Lopez. Head coach of the Sharks in his 3rd season is Matt Watts, assisted by James Moore and Giuseppe Weller. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you please stand or move your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
You are watching college soccer on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Tonight in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. A pivotal showdown with postseason implications on the line. It's the Lynn Fighting Knights against the Nova Southeastern Sharks. The Fighting Knights coming into tonight's match at 10-3 overall, 7-2 in conference play, while Nova Southeastern checks in at 11-3 and 7-2 in Sunshine State Conference action. For the Fighting Knights, they're coming off a 2-1 victory against Florida Tech, while Nova Southeastern is coming off a whopping 4-0 win over Eckerd. Now let's check out the starting lineups for this evening's match. We'll start with the visitors, the Lynn Fighting Knights. Squad that is off to a good start this season. Really have owned this matchup with Nova Southeastern, a 32-5-4 advantage. But a season ago, it was the Sharks coming out on top. There's the 11 for Lynn. Now we'll flip it over to the other side for Nova Southeastern and their starting 11 here on Senior Day. A few seniors in that starting lineup for the Sharks coming off that 4-0 victory over Eckerd College. As these two teams get set for the final home game in the regular season here at the NSU Soccer Complex. For Nova Southeastern to pick up a very important victory tonight. These two teams neck and neck in the Sunshine State Conference, tied at second place. A pretty important spot. The loser will have to play Monday in the postseason tournament. The winner will play on Thursday. And Matt Watts had a few words about the importance of this matchup. What this really means, something that this Nova squad has had a very successful campaign. They're ranked for the first time in the top 25 since 2007. And a record for most consecutive wins in a row, and their first 11-win season since 2007. It's been a good year for Nova Southeastern. Can they add another magical moment? They're going to have to stop Jack Watson, the redshirt senior from Ireland, on that Lynn side. He has been stupendous in just 7 games with 10 points. So the Fighting Knights are off and running as we get things going here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Lynn wearing their road blue uniforms with white lettering and trim. Nova Southeastern in their white kits, top and bottom, with blue lettering. And Nova Southeastern 11-3, 7-2 in conference action. Lynn at 10-3, 7-2 as well in conference play. Controlled on the back line here by the Fighting Knights. It's Fernandez checking it over to his right. Now a ball over the top by Lynn, trying to run onto it and save it, and they do so. Just right back in the middle for Nova Southeastern to go on the attack. Here's Darwin Lam on his senior day. Now switches the pitch to Alex Burke. Taken away by the Fighting Knights defense. Here's Berner. Going to play it all the way back for Lynn now. Like we talked about in the opening, the Fighting Knights have dominated this head-to-head battle. 32-5-4 advantage. But for Nova Southeastern, they've had the last laugh. They picked up a 1-0 victory last season. And the Sharks trying to go on the counterattack. Taking their time, it's Ignacio Goya. Quick touch pass to Gianluca Ahilan, now controlled by Curtis Thorne. Ahilan in the center. Going to switch the field to Bradley Fountain. 6'2" grad student from England. Now pushed to Karen Hart. Through ball in the direction of Darwin Lam, but taken away by Taski and out of bounds. Controlled in the midfield now by Goya. On to Burks. Picked his pocket. Faistenauer's right there for the Sharks. Here's Curtis Thorne. Plenty of experience on this Nova squad on Senior Day. Plethora of seniors. 5 to be precise honored, but plenty of grad students as well for Matt Watts and his squad. Here's Bradley Fountain controlling in the midfield. Transfer from FIU. Now gets it over to Lam, who has some trouble. Regroups. And now he's whistled for a foul. Darwin Lam has had a stupendous start to this 2018 campaign, trying to translate that into postseason play. Senior from Guatemala with 21 points so far this year. second on the team in goals and second in points overall. Fernandez controlling on the back left side. Both of these squads taking plenty of time. Two very successful teams so far this year. We told you the records overall and in conference play. How about how they fared at home and away as well? For Nova Southeastern, 6-2 here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Lynn, they've yet to lose on the road. A perfect 6-0. Their lone loss away from Boca Raton was in fact at a neutral site. They lost to number 19 West Alabama back in early September. Michael Lawrence controls. Now on the outside, here's Darwin Lum. Lum gets past the defender, tripped down. And the officials pointing to the penalty spot. And now, in fact, we'll say it just happened outside the box. Lum with a fancy move to get past his defender and was brought down just outside the box, says the official. So all of 19 yards out. Bradley Fountain lines up to take the free kick. Just in the 5th minute here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Fountain, the grad student from England, curls it on goal right into the lap of Batsaquito. Boy, would that have been an early swing to this ball game. Counter-attack quickly for Lynn. Here's Herbert crossing it into the box, well over the bar and out of bounds. Talked about some of the seniors on that Nova side. How about for Lynn as well? They have some important seniors. Max Herbert, the senior from England, making his 27th career start. The reigning SSC Offensive Player of the Week. Headed on forward, right over the head of Jack Watson, our Shark Watch tonight. A free kick coming in. Watson not happy with the call at all. Watson was caught offside, but saying that Nathaniel Pels was well behind him, and now the official was to try and calm Watson down. Talked about Herbert on that Lynn side with experience. Jack Watson, another senior as well, in his 6th collegiate season, playing in his 30th career match tonight. Missed all of 2015 due to an injury, all but 4 games last season due to an injury. But as good as they come, 2016 first team All-American. Accolades go on and on. Was a South Region Player of the Year, first team All-South. All-SSC first team. He scored 19 goals and had 6 assists in that very lone campaign. It's towards the tops of the Lynn record books. Fountain pressures. Knocked off his leg and out of bounds. And Lynn will go on the offensive. An early chance for the Sharks on their home turf. Darwin Lom was tripped up in the 5th minute. Bradley Fountain's free kick from 19 yards out, right into the lap of Roberto Batsaquito. Now a foul called on the Fighting Knights. The Sharks will have the ball near midfield. Here's Bradley Fountain with the ball at his feet. Now plays it forward to Darwin Lom, who's going to try and switch the field. Errant pass. Here's Papadopoulos. Now Watson, and taken away by Goya. Arns Carinard now gives it away. Fighting Knights trying to switch it. And a foul called on the Sharks. Less than 10 minutes into this first half here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Nova Southeastern and Lynn level at nil apiece. Freshman keeper Brian Lopez keeps it in off the back line. Lopez making his 6th start of his rookie campaign. 4-2 in those 6 matches, allowing just a touch over a goal a game. Fountain with the through ball, trying to get it to Lam. Kept out by Burner. Now taken by Lawrence. Left-footed shot blocked. Lawrence once again. And blocked once again by the Fighting Knights. It's Rodrigo Fernandez to break up the danger. Michael Lawrence coming off arguably his best game as a collegian. 2 goals, I beg your pardon. Last time out in just 47 minutes at Eckerd. Sharks trying to keep on the pressure. Gianluca Ahilan going to send it over the top. Darwin Lam heads it on. Taken away by Bergman, and it's Goya that outruns him. Now Alex Berg. Berg slipped through to Michael Lawrence. He has troubles with it. Now Curtis Thorne. To Goya. Lawrence. Lawrence's entry to Thorne knocked away. Alex Berg going to send it in the direction of goal. Papazaquito is right there. Some precise passing from the Sharks in the early going. These two teams' offenses going back and forth. Here's Lynn. It's Jack Watson. Now controlled by Drobitz. Back to Watson. And taken away by Darwin Lam. Senior from Guatemala. 14 goals in his career. 8 of them coming in his final campaign. Curtis Thorne on the near side. Now back to Nathaniel Pels. To Goya in the midfield. Slips it to the freshman, Lawrence. Here's Fountain with the shot. Blocked. Coming off his line to keep it in bounds is Bazaquito. Great effort by Bazaquito, who now appears to be in some discomfort with his right shoulder. Bazaquito just diving to keep it in. Gotta love the effort. If you're John Roots, the head man for the Fighting Knights. Here's Ahilan for the Sharks. Over to Alex Burke, the freshman from Norway. Taken away by Lynn. It's Bergman. Berg's coming to pressure over. Tripped up. Now a foul called on Nova Southeastern. So Gustavo Bergman, sophomore from Brazil, will back off. Give way to Rodrigo Fernandez. This Fighting Knights offense trying to get something going. Playing it in the direction of Watson. Nova Southeastern's right there. All the way back to their freshman keeper, Brian Lopez. Here's Gianluca Ahilan. Plenty of space in the midfield. Here's Michael Lawrence now, the freshman with a head of steam. Lawrence trying to blow past the Lynn Fighting Knights. Got past 2, but stopped by Nicholas Toski. Both of these offenses back and forth in the early going. And the Fighting Knights have yet to register a shot. Ball deep in their own territory. Bergman will throw it out. Here's Ignacio Goya now after the throw-in. Curtis Thorne just going to play it all the way back. Stefan Faistenauer, the junior from Austria, plays it over to Arns Karanard on his senior day. Karanard to Ahilan. Trying to take his time. Over to Alex Berg, the freshman. Berg gets past a couple defenders. Trying to go all the way through. He gets past, dropped down. No call from the official. Counter attack coming for the Fighting Knights. Herbert controls over to Papadopoulos. Goya gets a foot on it and taken away by Nova Southeastern. Michael Lawrence, quick touch, Alex Berg. Freshman trying to go down. And a foul called on Berg. Berg has been very slippery in the early going. Getting past the Lynn defense. There was the freshman connection between Lawrence and Berg that set this one up. And he's whistled down for a foul. 15th minute here at the NSU Soccer Complex. It's Nova Southeastern and Lynn scoreless. Nova building it out of the back once again. In the midfield, it's Darwin Lam. Senior from Guatemala, over to Ignacio Goya. Goya with his head up. Trying to play it to Michael Lawrence, taken away by Taskey. Here's this ever so dangerous counterattack for Lynn. But there's Nova Southeastern pressure, really slowing down the Fighting Knights. Brighton. Over to Fernandez. Fernandez plays it up to Papadopoulos. Now to Bergman. On the left side in the midfield now. It's Max Herbert, the reigning SSC Offensive Player of the Week. Here's the ever so dangerous Jack Watson streaking down the right sideline. And out of bounds. Throw in coming here for the Fighting Knights. So an early substitution here for the Lynn Fighting Knights. It's Lucas Hombosch checking into the match and replace Niles Berner. So John Roots trying to make an early change. And a little bit more offense into the ball game. 6'2" junior forward from Germany now on. Bradley Fountain trying to get out of a double team just in front of the Nova bench. Darwin Lam assists. And now he's pulled down. A free kick for the Sharks. Very physical match between the two sides. 7 combined fouls in just the first 17 minutes of action. We'll be keeping an eye all night on the SSC. Very important matchups with Palm Beach Atlantic atop the conference at 8-1 in SSC play, but Nova Southeastern and Lynn just one game behind, 7-2 for both of these squads tonight here in Fort Lauderdale. Here's Hombosch, who just checked in. Over to Martin Drobitz. Drobitz streaking down the sideline, just outside the box. Tries to get past Karanard. And it'll just roll out of bounds. Brian Lopez, the freshman keeper from West Palm Beach, Florida. Playing in his 7th career match tonight for the Sharks. Thrusted into action. Tito LaRue on the sidelines. Lam tries to keep it in. Taken away by the Fighting Knights. Here's the counterattack. It's Drobitz crossing it towards Watson. Just over his head. Now picked up by Papadopoulos. Sending it right back in the center. Headed out by Faistenauer. Really the first attack we've seen tonight from the Fighting Knights in the Sharks box. Lynn trying to add another one right here. Here's Brighton with plenty of space. Over to Herbert, taken away by the Sharks. Lawrence threw ball to Burke, picked off. Sharks thought the freshman duo was building up an attack. Here's Herbert once again. Plays it all the way back. Taken by Teskey, who switches the field. This defense for Lynn has been so stingy, but it's the offense going to work. Hombosch. Through ball. Drobitz sends it in. Faistenauer clears. Had it on once again. It's Hombosch trying to track it down. Another goal kick for Nova Southeastern. Look at the stats so far here in the 20th minute of action. Back and forth they've gone, but it's Nova Southeastern and showing it on the offensive side. Both of these sides so far, it's been a very physical match. With Goya sending the through ball onto Alex Burke. Played back. The goalkeeper having some trouble. Here's Michael Lawrence. Through ball to Darwin Lom. Lom in the box. Trying to fight off the defender. Right back to Lawrence and cleared away by the Fighting Knights. Could have been a very costly mistake for Lynn. And Nova Southeastern couldn't capitalize. And once again, the Fighting Knights turn it over in their own end. Now Bradley Fountain takes it to Alex Burke. Creative play. And out of Goya. Goya with space. Gets over to Darwin Lom on the far wing. Now back to Ignacio Goya. And it's Lynn who's trying to get it out of their own end. Carinard comes to the rescue. Now Berg, a freshman from Norway, streaking towards the box. He's dropped down. And no call from the official. Now plenty of time for Lynn, who's going to send a through ball over the top. Headed off by Pels. Up-tempo contest here at the NSU Soccer Complex. 0-0 between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Here's Curtis Thorne on the near side. Now back to Jan-Luca Ahilan. Sharks going to switch the field. Nova with a 3-0 advantage in the shot column so far, trying to translate it on the scoreboard. Taken here by Bergman. He's going to play it over the top, but no one home. This Sharks squad in the top 25 for the first time since 2007. Checked in at number 18 in the final regular season poll today. There are 11 wins this season, matching that 2007 mark. And 11 even. Could be the most wins in a campaign since. Lawrence tries to center. Taken away by Lynn. Pels trying to keep it out. Now Faistenauer heads it on. Away from Watson. Faistenauer second effort. Taken away by the Fighting Knights. Here's Herbert. Herbert slips it through. Now Hombosch from distance over the bar. Lucas Hombosch just checked in a few minutes ago, but making an early impact felt. One more look at that shot from way downtown. An aggressive chance right there The junior forward from Germany. John Roots inserted the forward instead of Niles Berner, the midfielder. Just missing over the bar. It's Nova Southeastern taking the ball away. Now Ignacio Goya in the midfield. Goya turns around. Goya on the through ball, trying to plant to Darwin Lam, taken away by the Fighting Knights. Now a foul called on the Sharks. Very physical matchup so far between Nova Southeastern and Lynn University. Scoreless here at the NSU Soccer Complex with 20 minutes to go in the first half. Both of these teams knotted up in second place in the Sunshine State Conference at 7-2 in league play. Nova Southeastern, one win better overall. 11-3 compared to Lynn's 10-3. Fountain plays the ball over the top in the direction of Michael Lawrence. Lawrence fighting with Fernandez. The freshman wins the battle. Played back in the middle. Lynn having troubles with it. Bergs fakes the shot. Gets past the defender. The freshman from Norway with the right foot. Blocked right on the goal line. A crafty play by Alex Berg. But Roberto Bazaquito right there. A couple fake shots from the freshman from Norway. Knocking on the doorstep. And Bazaquito stands tall. Sharks with the corner kick. And the header from Darwin Lam goes wide. You can start to feel the momentum building up for Nova Southeastern. Moments ago, Alex Berg almost put the Sharks up 1-0. And it was off the corner kick. Darwin Lam almost headed it home. Can the Fighting Knights answer? Free kick coming here for Lynn. Just over the midfield mark. Gonna play it over the top in the direction of Watson, headed on by Thorne. Now Goya trying to get it back to Alex Berg. Taken by Max Herbert. Now on the near side, it's Papadopoulos. Hands it to Bergman. Bergman still on side. Thorne asking the official to raise the marker. And a deflection off of Thorne signals a corner kick. Tomer Bitten will take the corner kick for Lynn. Their first corner of the evening. Bitten with service into the box. Headed away by Karanar. Senior just trying to get it out. He does so successfully. Now Fernandez plays it back. Pytaski going to send service over. A home run ball runs out of bounds. So a substitution here for the Lynn Fighting Knights. It's Mark Fate, the sophomore from Boca Raton. Hero plays Elos Papadopoulos. So Faith trying to add a defensive presence to this Lynn squad. A sophomore from Boca Raton with quite the story. He attended Florida Atlantic a season ago. Gorgeous through ball right here from Bradley Fountain, but to no avail. Back to Mark Faith. He attended Florida Atlantic University a season ago. Did not participate in their soccer program. Was one of the best players in the state of Florida, and here is Mark Faith playing a through ball outside. It's Gustavo Bergman. Bergman trying to go to work on Thorne. This ball trickles out of bounds. A corner kick for the Fighting Knights. Faith at Boca Raton High School. He's named the 2016 Large School Player of the Year, first team All-Area selection, with a whopping 51 points. But just 3 months before he picked up that honoree, almost in a near-death experience, was punched at a party, headed to the hospital. Doctors told him he couldn't play soccer for a year plus. 3 months later, he's back out there. Boca Raton High School had their second state championship. Sharks trying to get this danger out of the box. Faith trying to add to it for the Fighting Knights, and it's Michael Lawrence on the other end for Nova Southeastern. 15 minutes to go in the first half. Nova Southeastern and Lynn scoreless. The final home game of the regular season for the Sharks. Through ball played by Homebosch, but right back to the keeper, Brian Lopez. Sharks with a 5-1 advantage in the shot column. 2 of them coming on goal. Here's Nathaniel Pels on the back line. Trying to play it out wide to Bradley Fountain. And cleared out of bounds by the Fighting Knights defense. So a substitution here for Nova Southeastern. Juan Nunez coming on for Michael Lawrence. A freshman swap for the men in white. Nunez playing in his 15th career game. Originally from Venezuela, played his high school ball at Cypress Bay in Weston, not too far from here. Sharks trying to move closer in Lynn territory. Now Bradley Fountain controls for Nova Southeastern. Going to bring it all the way back and now switch the field. Here's Curtis Thorne. Over to Nunez, who just checked in, and now back to the grad student. Now Faistenauer. Over to Fountain. Sharks trying to shape up their attack. Four-three-three formation here for Lynn. On the Southeastern. Swing back and forth with the midfield. 4-3-3 basic structure as well for the Sharks. Only with that controlling midfielder of Bradley Fountain. Here's Ahilan. Plays it over to Nathaniel Pels. Now in the midfield, it's Darwin Lam off to Stefan Faistenauer. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Here's Arns Carinard trying to run down the sideline. Carinard streaking towards the box. And a goal kick coming for the Fighting Knights. Bazaquito will just boot it down for Lynn University. Controlled by Hombosch. Trying to get it over to Drobitz. And runs out of bounds near the Nova sideline. Can really feel the intensity in the air here at the NSU soccer complex. Playoff implications on the line between these two sides. Tied for second place in the Sunshine State Conference. Opportunity here for the Sharks. And now Lynn takes it right back quickly. Here's Hombosch. Plenty of space to work in the midfield. Just loses the handle. And now taken by Alex Burke. 3-on-4 chance. Nunez joining on the attack. 4-on-4. Here's Alex Burke. Through ball. Here's the freshman Juan Nunez. Touch pass. Not good enough. Taken by Fernandez. Back and forth these teams go. Here are the Fighting Knights. Hombosch pressured by Ahilan. Taken by Goya. Now Berg. Berg's through ball. Too far. Scooped up by Bazaquito. Quick counterattack for the Fighting Knights and Gustavo Bergman. Curtis Thorne denying the entry. Thorne keeps it in. An impressive play over to a cutting Darwin Lom. Lom keeps the Sharks on the attack. Hands it to Curtis Thorne now. Thorne, the grad student from England. Back to Darwin Lom on his senior day. Serves into the box. Headed out by the Fighting Knights. Less than 10 minutes to go in this first half. Scoreless between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Arns Carinard, the senior from Haiti, will throw it in on the far sideline. Checks it in to Darwin Lom. Lom trying to get past the Fighting Knights defense. Fortress strong and taken away by Lynn. Here's Hombosch. Checks it over on the outside wing to Drobitz, but Nova Southeastern's right there. Here's Ignacio Goya. Splits the double team. Goya going to play it over the top. Not far enough for Juan Nunez. Now Max Herbert, the reigning SSC Player of the Week. Over to Bergman. He's pressured by Nunez. Bergman trying to get it past, and Nunez pokes it out of bounds. Now Herbert trying to play it over the top once again. Thorne heads it towards the sideline. Booted up, and the ball went out of bounds. So the Fighting Knights will have a throw towards the NSU box. Here's Mark Faith on the near sideline. Double team by Nova Southeastern. The veteran Curtis Thorne takes it away from the sophomore Mark Faith. Faistenauer not able to control. Now Brighton. Thorne pokes it free. Nunez pressuring Bergman. And a foul called on the freshman. Bergman slow to get up and taking his time before this free kick for the Fighting Knights. Herbert with service into the box. Faistenauer heads it away. Alex Berg with intentions the other way. Gets it to Bradley Fountain. Slips it quickly. Arns Carinard, far sideline. Left-footed cross. Here's Darwin Lom. Bazaquito's right there, and a foul called on Lom. Bazaquito pleading with Lom after the play. Saw Bazaquito a little slow to get up earlier in the match after diving to keep a ball in bounds. Rodrigo Fernandez takes the free kick. Headed on by the Sharks. Mark Faith pressured by Curtis Thorne. Thorne can't keep it in. A throw in here for the Fighting Knights. Talked about this Fighting Knights defense. Last year, this Lynn squad, 14 shutouts. They were third in the nation with a 0.45 goal against average. Pretty much no one scored against Lynn University last year. It's been a similar theme this season. But could the Sharks do it right here? Darwin Lom from distance, just off the crossbar. Lom got the through ball from Goya. Fired from 25 plus yards out. And just missed by a shade. '45th minute here at the NSU Soccer Complex. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Few changes for both of these sides. It's Dion Sterner coming in for the Fighting Knights. For the Sharks, it's Lucas Tesolier coming on for Bradley Fountain. Roberto Bazaquito has been busy in the net for the Fighting Knights this evening. 6 shots for Nova Southeastern, 2 saves for the junior keeper. Nova Southeastern looking for another one. Sharks controlling on the defensive side. Here's Curtis Thorne. Thorne pushing it forward. Now takes his time. Thorne to Lom. Lom can't control. Now it's Sonner. Max Herbert slips it through. Here's Homebosch. Back to Herbert. The reigning SSC Offensive Player of the Week. Now Sonner gets it on to Faith and taken away by Nova Southeastern. Here's Lom with plenty of time and space. Lom on the through ball. Gets it to the freshman, Juan Nunez. Gets past the defender. Here's Nunez on the end line. Tries to cross it. And that's blocked into the construction area. A great pass from Darwin Lom. Got it to the freshman forward, who got past Fernandez. But his service into the box sent out. So another corner kick here for Nova Southeastern. It's Gianluca Aguilen to take it. Plays it short to Berg. Berg with service in. And taken away by the keeper, Bazaquito. Another foul called. Bazaquito has not been pleased tonight with the pressure Sharks have put on him. 6 shots already in this evening's match. They've also pushed Bazaquito around a little bit. 2 minutes to go in this first half. 0-0 between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Bazaquito going to try and play it forward. Nunez just heads it right back. These two sides back and forth in this first half, trading blows. Neither of them have gotten on the scoreboard. Could that change in the last 90 seconds of the half? Ahilen takes it away. Now to Berg, trying to play it over the top. And Darwin Lam goes down. Could have potentially been a prime opportunity for Darwin Lam, the senior from Guatemala. Second in points on this Shark squad. And he just hit a brick wall. Nicholas Taskey trying to plead the case. Saying there was no foul. Does not appear that a card's coming out. Seems like he issued some sort of warning to each side. And in fact, they won't call a foul on Taskey, but they'll call a foul on Lam. "11 combined fouls between the two sides in this first half. 60 seconds remaining before the intermission. Goya's ball too far. Here's a quick counterattack for the Fighting Knights. Bergman bringing it up the left sideline. Bergman from that backside, and he's now brought down. And the Sharks will go on the offensive. Goya to Lam. 35 ticks to go. Lam with a head of steam. Darwin Lam trying to break free. Lam stripped out just outside the box. No call from the official. The Sharks faithful not too happy with the officiating in this first half. Lopez misplays the ball. Faistenauer tries to clear off the head of Watson. And Lopez corrals it. Under 10 to go in this eventful first half between these two sides. And these two teams will remain tied at 0 apiece at the halftime break. Nova Southeastern and Lynn. A pivotal matchup with SSC. Playoff implications on the line. They're knotted up at the half. Just about set for the second half here from the NSU Soccer Complex. Nova Southeastern and Lynn scoreless through the first 45 minutes. These two teams tied in second place in the Sunshine State Conference standings at 7-2. Nova Southeastern 11-3 overall in 2018. Lynn a game back at 10-3. Playoff implications on the line between these two sides. And the final game of the regular season. Sharks with the ball to start the second half. Very physical match through the first part of this game. 12 combined fouls between the two sides, 9 coming from Nova Southeastern. However, the Sharks were the more aggressive team. 6 shots in that first half compared to just 1 for Lynn. On the far side, it's Drodis taken away by Nova Southeastern. Now controlled by Herbert. Here's Darwin Lom on the takeaway. Trying to play it forward to Michael Lawrence. He gets tangled up. Now all the way through. Sharks trying to control. It was a very contentious first half between these two sides. On senior day here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Here's Bradley Fountain on the near side. Grad transfer from FIU. Now back to Faistenauer. Faistenauer controlling on the back side. Junior from Austria. Hands it over to Jan-Luca Ahilan. First 10 minutes or so of that first half was very tame, and then Nova came out swinging. Here's Darwin Lon. Chips it over to the defender. Now sends it through to Arns Karanar and cleared out of bounds by Nicholas Taski. Karanar, one of 5 seniors honored before today's match. Throws it into Darwin Lom, another veteran. Here's Lom tiptoeing down the end line and poked out by Taski. So corner kick number 3 this evening for the Sharks. Nova Southeastern has piled up offensive opportunity after another. Can the Sharks finally get on the scoreboard? The grad transfer, originally from Germany, by way of NC State. Ahilan with service in, towards the back post, headed on. Tip just out. Darwin Lom almost found the back of the net with his head. But once again, Bazaquito pokes it away. Nova Southeastern keeping the ball in the Lynn side. Once again, Darwin Lom with a ton of pressure. Rang one off the crossbar, this time knocking on the doorstep. Bazaquito heads it away. Here's Alex Berg, and the flag comes out. Whistled for what appeared to be a handball. So Fernandez will take the free kick here in the 50th minute at the NSU Soccer Complex. Big time midweek showdown. Here's Drobitz. Out of bounds. The ball heading in the Nova direction. The The officials delaying play. That throw in from Curtis Thorne whistled back. Was over the spot. Comes in, headed on by Lawrence. Alex Berg trying to track it down. And pushed out by Lynn. Can the Sharks finally find the back of the net? They've mounted plenty of chances so far, but fantastic saves from Bazakita. Ahilan just trying to send it right back. Gets it to Berg. Now on the far side, back to Ahilan. Plays it to the Sharks' back line. Now to Karanard. NSU switches the field. Here's Arns Karanard, the senior from Haiti. Plays it now to Bradley Fountain. Fountain in the midfield. Or to Darwin Long. And cleared away by Lynn. It's been a successful season for Nova Southeastern in 2018. They're ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 2007. There are 11 wins so far in this campaign, matching the most wins since that 07 season. But trying to pick up win number 12 in the regular season and lock up that number 2 spot in the Sunshine State Conference Tournament. Ahilan with service in towards the back post. Lam tries to head it off, but pushed out by Lynn. And I'll just move it forward, but Arns Karanard runs onto it for the Sharks. And Nova Southeastern with the throw. So here's Bradley Fountain playing in his 15th match this season. Now to Karanard. Karanard on the far side, and the Sharks, in fact, won out. Here's Berner trying to center it. Taken away by Goya, trying to play it all the way back for Nova Southeastern. Here's Faistenauer. Fountain with the back flat. Taken by Berner. Sharks trying to mount the attack now. Over the top from Ahilan. Darwin Lam, the senior from Guatemala, trying to run onto it. Taken away by Fernandez, who mishandles. Now the Sharks will take over. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Less than 40 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Michael Lawrence. Left-footed cross. While outside, here's the shot. And well over the bar from Alex Berg. Berg, the freshman, playing in his 15th career collegiate contest. 28 points so far. Beg your pardon, 18 points so far in his career. Here's Drobitz trying to run onto it. Headed away by Feistenauer. Now controlled by Goya to Fountain. Fountain trying to send it over the top. Berg's onside. Here's the freshman from Norway. Trying to break down this Lynn defense. Brings it back towards the midfield. Slip pass. Just gets past Goya. And now Ahilan. You can feel the Sharks' attack building. Played by Herbert on the end line. And out of bounds, and a corner kick coming for Nova Southeastern. So another corner kick here for NSU. Their 5th of the match. Ahilan to take it for the Sharks. From the far corner, service in the midfield. And knocked away by Lynn. Lam trying to get past and poked out by Lynn. Fountain to throw it in now. Here's Karanard. Out of Faistenauer. Faistenauer loses the handle on it. Counter-attack here for the Fighting Knights. Drobitz trying to push the pace. Can't connect with Watson. And all the way back for the freshman keeper, Brian Lopez, who gives it right in front of the net. And Lopez is right there. Brian Lopez almost coughed it up right in front of the net. Almost gave Lynn a 1-0 advantage. Here in the 56th minute. Still scoreless, and the flag comes up on the far side. Michael Lawrence issued for offside. Nova Southeastern and Lynn scoreless late in the second half. Goya trying to keep it in. Play it all the way back now. Right back to Brian Lopez, who struggled with the ball at his feet last time. Now controls. Or to Faistenauer. And nothing cooking for the Sharks. These halves resembling each other. And now Nova Southeastern has a chance. Michael Lawrence and the whistle. The Sharks are beside themselves. Michael Lawrence was able to streak free. But the official stopped play. Could have potentially been a Nova Southeastern goal on the turnover. And now we will get a change. So Logan Klipfel will come on here. Actually, the substitution being halted. So a chance here for Nova Southeastern. It's Ignacio Goya to take the free kick. The junior from Spain playing in his 25th career match. Goya with service towards the back post. Headed out by Taskey. Fountain gets it in the open area. Bradley Fountain now pressured by Papadopoulos. Plays it back. Now a takeaway for the Fighting Knights. Here's Jack Watson, the Shark watch before tonight's game. Watson centers in. Here's Herbert. Now just touched it off to Burner. Burner on the outside. Or to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos in the center. Headed out of bounds by Curtis Thorne. So another corner kick coming here for the Fighting Knights. Their third of the evening. Logan Klipfel will come on now for Tomer Brighton. Corner kick coming on the far side from Herbert. Headed on and cleared out by Nova Southeastern. Big time throw-in opportunity for Lucas Burner on the near side. Burner with the heave towards the 6-yard box. Thorne clears it away. Not too far, who's Bergman. Now taken by Drobitz. Drobitz trying to center it right back. Faistenauer heads it out. Fighting Knights controlling play on the Nova side. Ahilen trying to connect with Burr. Right in front of the two benches. Now at midfield. Berg gets past the defender. Alex Berg with a head of steam. Trying to switch it over to Darwin Lom. Does so successfully. Lom heads it on, and he's knocked down. No call from the official. Darwin Lom got taken down, but the official kept the whistle out of the mouth. Here's Berg. Freshman from Norway. Loses the handle on the dribble. Taken by Burner. But Nova Southeastern recovers. Here's Arns Karanar. Pressure mounting for the Sharks. His service knocked away. Now on the far side, it's Ignacio Goya. Goya going to play it towards the middle. Lawrence elevates. His header, not on target. Chance after chance after chance for Nova Southeastern. Goya got the ball in space, played it towards the box. Michael Lawrence, the freshman, elevated, but couldn't get the shot on target. Less than 30 minutes to go in regulation now here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Scoreless between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Here's Darwin Lom trying to control. Lom in a battle. Battle of the 14s, and it's Papadopoulos that pulls it away. Checks it over in the midfield, but past Jack Watson. Now Alex Berg with plenty of green grass to move. Berg charging forward, hands it on the outside and knocked out of bounds. So Curtis Thorne will take the throw. Now Ignacio Goya going to strike it on. And Bazaquito just scoops it up. So Bradley Fountain's going to apply the pressure, and he takes it away. Grad transfer from FIU. Fountain in the midfield. Fancy footwork. Outside now to Alex Berg on the left wing. Berg slips it past the defender. Berg megged him. Got it over to Lawrence. But Fernandez right there to take it away. Alex Berg has been very tricky in his freshman year. Just not able to connect it through. Now Fountain to Carinard overlapping. Carinard trying to play the through ball. And Lawrence not there. Nova Southeastern with a 10-1 advantage in shots tonight. 4-0 with attacks on goal. But still 0-0 on the scoreboard. An important matchup here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Nova Southeastern and Lynn deadlocked in the Sunshine State Conference standings at 7-2 in league play. Nova Southeastern with one more win overall at 11-3 compared to just 10-3. One more non-conference matchup this year. Here on a gorgeous Tuesday night at the NSU Soccer Complex, these two teams deadlocked. Lynn trying to mount the attack. It's Burner. Hands it off to Papadopoulos. Now switches the field. Strobitz. Plays it back. The Fighting Knights just trying to regroup. Now Max Herbert checks it over, and Carinard's right there. Arns Carinard trying to get there, but Burner wins the battle. Burner streaking down the right sideline into the middle. And the freshman, Brian Lopez, is right there to the rescue. Lopez has been the keeper of choice recently for Nova Southeastern. Getting tested a couple times in this second half. Fountain playing it over the top. Alex Berg trying to track it down. Bazaquito comes just to the edge of the box. controlled by Elos Papadopoulos. Handed off to Max Herbert. And a trio of Sharks bite to take the ball away. '65th minute here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Nova Southeastern and Lynn scoreless. Here's Ignacio Goya on the far wing. Slips it through. Darwin Lam now trying to get past the Fighting Knights defense. Lam, cheeky ball to Goya. Lam with the shot. And once again, Bazaquito elevates. Roberto Bazaquito leaping to keep it out of his goal. Gives a wave to the crowd. Now an 11-1 shot advantage for the Sharks. Less than 25 to go in regulation. Here is Taskey. Over to his backmate Fernandez. Now Max Herbert, the senior from England, trying to play it over the top. Gets past Curtis Thorne. Could be a chance here for the Fighting Knights. Ball centered. Faistenauer heads it away. Thorne just going to boom it through the night sky. Now Herbert controls. Fighting Knights trying to mount an attack. And it's Nova Southeastern that goes on the counter. Darwin Lam gets past the defense. 3-on-2. Lam! Whether that was a cross or a shot, it missed wide. Nova Southeastern had a 3-on-2 advantage. And Lam misfired from distance. So a change here for the Sharks squad. Freshman for freshman swap. It's Juan Nunez replacing Michael Lawrence. But the Sharks still looking for the deciding goal tonight. Watson trying to run past the Sharks defense. Not over that back line. And Carinard's going to play it back. Here's Brian Lopez, the freshman. Not too busy of a night in goal for him. Hasn't been forced to make a save. Just one shot all night for Lynn. None of them going on target. Here's Fernandez pressured. Burke's now applying it on. Here's Curtis Thorne with the defense. Trying to pressure Drobitz. And Lynn will go on the attack. James Moore, the third-year assistant for Nova Southeastern, can't believe the call. And a foul was called. '15th foul in this evening's match. 11 for Nova Southeastern, 4 for Lynn. Drobitz trying to run onto it. And Thorne just tries to clear. Now the Sharks taking their time on the back line to get it out. Here's Ahilen. Ahilen just booms it. Lam trying to get past Fernandez. He mishandles. Here's Darwin Lam. Lam gets hampered with momentarily and loses the handle. So it's Max Herbert controlling now for the Fighting Knights. Pressure still building between these two sides. Despite what appears to be more lax playing in this second half. A slower pace than we saw before the intermission. Carinard takes it away. Now Fountain trying to push the pace. Ignacio Goya Sends it through to Alex Berg on the near wing. Berg gets past the defender and tripped down outside the box. A gorgeous counterattack for the Sharks. It's Ignacio Goya playing it through to Alex Berg. And he went flying through the air on the foul. So once again, just outside the 18-yard box. A prime chance here for Nova Southeastern. Gianluca Ahilet, grad transfer from NC State. Ahilen curls it towards the back post, headed out by Lynn. Offensive chance here still for Nova Southeastern. Ahilen can't get it to Bradley Fountain. And in fact, Jack Watson's there for the Fighting Knights, battling with Karen. Watson on the sideline, dribbles out of bounds. Can the Sharks mount another attack? Less than 20 to go in regulation. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Here's Darwin Lom with the quick touch. Now to Gianluca Ahilan. Alex Berg controls on the near side. Berg gets double teamed. He's knocked down. And no call once again. Max Herbert running the other way. Tries to slip it through himself. Could be a chance here. Lynn mounting the attack. It's Drobitz, can't hold on to it. Alex Berg hit the deck, lost the handle of the ball. Quickly mounted a counterattack for Lynn. All right there. Fighting Knights almost had goal number 1. Can the Sharks answer back themselves? Here's Ahilet. Plays it back to Lopez. Now it's Faistenauer with plenty of green grass. Here's Fountain in the midfield, and the Sharks going to take their time. Darwin Lom. Quick touch. Over to Thorne. Far side. Nunez. Now to Goya. Goya tries to spin. Taken away by Drobitz. Drobitz in the midfield. Pushes it forward to Watson. And here's Berner. Over to his brother, Lucas Berner. Now handled by Papadopoulos, who slips it on to Niles. Ahilan tracks it down. Bradley Fountain trying to get there. And the Sharks just trying to keep it away from their end. It's been a high-tempo game between these two sides. With the Sharks leading the Fighting Knights in shots, 11-1, 5-0, with shots on goal. Lucas DeSolier coming on for Nova Southeastern. He will replace Alex Berg. And Mark Faith checks back in for Lynn, replacing Elos Papadopoulos. Depending on who you ask, Elos Papadopoulos is either a broadcaster's dream or a nightmare. DeSolier, who just checked in for the Sharks, takes it away. Now Nunez, 16.5 to go in regulation. Nunez, the freshman, slips it on the outside. Here's Curtis Thorne trying to mount the attack. Thorne fakes the shot, plays it outside. Service towards the back post, runs too far. Now it's Lucas Berner, taken away by Ignacio Goya. He's going to try for goal. What a save by Bazaquito. A bending ball from Ignacio Goya. And Roberto Bazaquito elevated. Counterattack mounting quickly for the Fighting Knights. On the far side, Cliff fell. Pressured by Karanar. Sharks have had attack after attack after attack. But you got to tip your cap to Roberto Bazzichito to keep this match scoreless. '75th minute now here at the NSU Soccer Complex. A score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Sharks trying to get a stop right here and have their offense go to work. Fighting Knights with an extreme advantage in the all-time series, winning 32-5-4, but it's Nova Southeastern. Last year came up with the 1-0 victory. Trying to do something similar tonight. Foul issued to Fernandez. Now a quick ball played by Nova Southeastern. And the flag comes up. Darwin Lam was offside. Seems like he started too quickly, so no offside. Gianluca Aguilan just tried to play it to Darwin Lam. So the Sharks will try and regroup here. Here's Goya. Ignacio Goya, who almost had a goal moments ago. Now it's Faith. Picked up by Carinard for the Sharks. And now Lam on the near side. Just outside the box, trying to center it. And no one there to connect. Nova Southeastern knocking on the doorstep. Play after play. One more look at that chance for the Sharks. Can one of these two teams strike in regulation? Or could we be headed to extra time? We'll find out in the final 13-15 here at the NSU Soccer Complex. Sharks trying to build it out from the back. Here's Stefan Faistenauer. Now in the midfield, Lucas Tesolier. Sharks push it out on the near wing. It's Nova Southeastern squad trying to pick up elusive win number 12. Sharks had 11 wins, matching this campaign back in '07. Here's Juan Nunez, freshman from Venezuela. Hands it back. Service to Goya knocked away, but the Sharks still possessing. Now Bradley Fountain onto Ignacio Goya. Almost feels like the Sharks are on a power play in hockey. Constant attack for Nova Southeastern, nothing going for Lynn. Ball on the far side, and NSU can't retain it. Nova Southeastern and Lynn scoreless with 11.5 to go in regulation now. 12-1 shot advantage for the Sharks, but still no goals. Mark Faith elevates to head it on. No call from the officials as he hit the deck. Carinard plays it back to Brian Lopez, the freshman trying to clear it down. Here's Carinard forward. But a throw in coming here for Lynn. Substitution coming on now for the Fighting Knights. It's Shea Brennan, the junior from England, seeing his first action of the night. Here in the 80th minute. Will we have a hero tonight in regulation at the NSU Soccer Complex? And a corner kick coming for Lynn. It's Max Herbert, the senior midfielder from Ascot, England, heading towards the flag. Two assists for Herbert. Last time out for the Fighting Knights. Trying to pick one up here. Senior midfielder with service in. Headed back into the midfield. And now cleared out. Ball well over the bar. Knocking off the new dorms here at Nova Southeastern. Pair of changes here for the Sharks. It's Alex Berg coming back on, as well as Michael Lawrence. So the Sharks just trying to get that offense in the final 10 minutes. Quiet night for Brian Lopez back there. Hasn't seen a shot on goal, just 2 attempts for Lynn. The 18th ranked Sharks leading in the shot column, 12-2 overall. Here is Burner. On the near side, plays it to Clipfell. Taken away by Berg, who just checked back in. Now Aguilar. And the midfield to Nunez. Sharks trying to build up the attack now. Now Goya slips it on. On the outside. Here's Nunez turning on the burners. Nunez with service in. Headed on by Lawrence. Just skips wide. Kept in by Alex Berg. Can the freshman get it done? Now to the veteran Orange Carinard trying to curl it in. Headed out by Clipfell. Lawrence controls. And Nova still mounting the attack. 8 minutes to go in regulation here at the NSU Soccer Complex. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Quick play with the ball out of bounds from Taskey. And the Sharks will take it. Sense of urgency now for Nova Southeastern. The Sharks and the Fighting Knights deadlocked. On the far side, it's Goya. Controlled by Ahilen in the midfield. Now Carinard. Hands off to Alex Berg, who's knocked down. And a foul is called. A yellow card issued to Lucas Burner. A physical match between Nova Southeastern and Lynn tonight. 17 combined fouls and now a yellow card issued to Lucas Burner. Ignacio Goya will take the free kick on the near side. Less than 7 minutes to go. Goya bends it towards the back post. Headed off by Lynn. Goya was looking for Michael Lawrence. Sharks still on the attack. Ball played towards Aguilar. Now Berg gonna volley it. And once again, Bazaquito pushes it out. Still a chance here for the Sharks. Juan Nunez and just misses wide. What a fantastic game for Roberto Bazaquito. The Sharks have had the ball knocking on the doorstep, and each time the junior from Italy has responded. So Martin Drobitz checks back in for Mark Faith on the Lynn side. And Darwin Lam replaces Juan Nunez. Sharks trying to go right back. It's Alex Berg. Taken by Lynn. It's Max Herbert trying to control. The freshman takes it away. Now it's Nova Southeastern right back on it. Bradley Fountain, quick touch. Here are the Fighting Knights. Now Burner. On the near side, it's Drobitz who just checked back in. Drobitz streaking down the near sideline. Sophomore from Austria and cleared out by Arns Karadar. Five minutes to go in regulation here at the NSU Soccer Complex. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. Will we get a hero in regulation? Handball in the box. And a free kick coming for Nova Southeastern. This Sharks faithful on edge. Back and forth battle between the two sides. A very physical match so far. 17 combined fouls, a yellow card issued. These fans growing restless. The officials. Now it's Shea Brennan. Brennan trying to play it through towards Drobitz. And this will just go all the way back to Brian Lopez. On the far side, it's Curtis Thorne approaching midfield. Now played back for the Sharks. Nova Southeastern trying to switch it. Got it on the near side of the pitch. Out of Bradley Fountain, the transfer from FIU. Here's Caranar. Caranar. On Luca Aguilan. Here's Thorne. Over to Berg. Trying to slip it on past. Doesn't get there. Gorgeous turn from Darwin Lam, and he's dropped down. A yellow card issued to Nils Berner. So the two brothers picking up a pair of yellow cards. Wants to run in the Berner family, not trying to burn Lynn. So what can the Sharks pull together on this chance? "35 yards out. Here's Ignacio Goya. Going to put it towards the back post. Headed on and out of bounds. Darwin Lam almost got another opportunity to score. Great ball from Ignacio Goya. Just clearing well above the bar. So Elos Papadopoulos checks back in for the Fighting Knights with less than 3 minutes to go in regulation. Will we get a goal scorer in the final 2.5? Now Berg knocked down in front of the Sharks bench. And a foul called once again. And the Fighting Knights can't believe it. A Another foul between these two sides. That's foul number 19 of this evening's match. So Ignacio Goya will take the free kick just in front of the Sharks bench. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Goya with service towards the back post. Punched out by Bazaquito. Here is Fountain backtracking. Bradley Fountain going to bend it in. Here's Goya, now taken away by the Fighting Knights. Can Lynn mount a counterattack? Herbert trying to switch the field. Arns Carinard's right there. Carinard with 90 seconds to go. Carinard slips it through. Here's a chance. Michael Lawrence. And poked out by Nicholas Taskey. .75 seconds to go. And Gianluca Aguilan trying to direct traffic, not ready. Well, we get a goal score in the final minute of regulation. No score between Nova Southeastern and Lynn. 60 seconds to go. Michael Lawrence from distance, well above the bar. Shot number 16 of the night for the Sharks. Still without a goal, despite the drastic difference in attempts on net. 16 shots for Nova Southeastern, just 2 for Lynn. Roberto Bazaquito has been stupendous in net tonight for the Fighting Knights. 7 saves and highlight after highlight. 15 ticks to go in regulation. Lam trying to keep it on the offensive end. Tries to get it to Lawrence. Now Aguilan at midfield. 5 seconds to go. Lynn heads it forward. A ball trickling out of bounds at the midway line. And that will do it in regulation. Nova Southeastern and Lynn 0-0 through 90 minutes. We'll get some free soccer here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, between the Sharks and the Fighting Knights. Playoff implications on the line between these two sides. Tied for second in the Sunshine State Conference. We'll be right back after a short break.